beautiful Thursday afternoon to you out there, and welcome to News at 2 on OGTV. I am Okweyemi Adeomi. To begin the news, the current administration in Ogun State is a media-friendly government that is ever ready to do everything humanly possible to support the state's television, OGTV, towards competing favorably with other notable TV stations in Nigeria and in the west coast of Africa. The State Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Alhaji Waheed Odushile, dropped the hint during the 2020 OGTV Annual General Meeting and end of the year get-together held at the upper floor corridor of the Broadcasting House at Jebo Road, Abeokuta. Details will be given in our subsequent bulletin. The effective use of technology and being innovative in content as well as thorough analysis of comparative digital data are the key factors which must be considered to have seamless communication in the new media age. Hence, OGTV is set to scale up the standard in its new reportage and programs. This wrap up a day in-house training organized for members of OGTV staff targeted at improving the standard of the station's output. Ido Fawajo reports.
A few days ago, in this same hall, come members of staff of OGTV's program production acquire knowledge on how to be more effective in the discharge of their duties. And today, with premium placed on human resource development, it's another refreshing moment for reporters, producers, editors, and marketers for an in-house training on maximizing capacity development opportunities, amongst other topics to be treated.
In this era of digital broadcasting, the convergence became necessary and the choice of Leko Otufoduri, a guru with over 30 years of experience in journalism, was apt in exposing participants to basic rudiments of new media age practice. The 3-in-1 training further shed light on engaging viewers on various social media platforms through improved and concise content.
That's the way you need to now. So when we are producing content, we must be thinking about who are the people receiving, what format they receive. Can we use the way that we have been using before to continue to do the same thing?
Also deliberated were some constraints depriving OGTV from having in-depth package of some reports and the way out preferred. With this development, it's glaring that repositioning OGTV for a better quality service delivery requires regular training of its workforce. It's expected that OGTV will be able to compete favorably in the ever-dynamic media world and set a goal of global standard.
My appeal is to our staff. To whom much is given, much is expected. As we are doing that, we also know that there will also be an improvement in the contribution of the staff to the station, so that the station itself will be elevated.
As the media world is changing, members of staff were urged to periodically update themselves by acquiring more knowledge to keep up with the global pace. What then are the takeaways?
My own take home about the fact that we need to improve ourselves. Don't just limit ourselves to a first degree and say that is the peak of my career.
Training has opened my eye to so many things. The resource person made us to understand that as a broadcast personnel, you need to develop yourself. And to develop yourself is all about capacity building.
The workforce has, however, been better equipped and the future looks brighter for quality interface between OGTV and its teeming viewers. Idowu Fabaju, OGTV News.
To ensure the successful implementation of the Basic Healthcare Provision Fund, the Ogun State government has charged local government chairmen and medical officers of health on the need to ensure that the fund serves its purpose of quality healthcare service to the people, especially at the grassroots. Commissioner for Health, Dr. Tommy Coker, gave the charge at the stakeholders meeting on the implementation of basic health care provision funds and improving health care system in the state held at Mitros residence, Abeokuta, saying that there was need to ensure that the money spent to upgrade the primary health care centers serve the people appropriately. Dr. Coker stated that the Prince Dakwa Abiodun-led administration remained committed to quality and affordable healthcare service to residents, noting that it was impossible for the state to change the health indices outcome for mothers, children, and prolonged life expectancy without addressing healthcare at the grassroots.
To ensure that that money is spent to upgrade that primary healthcare center so that it could serve our people appropriately. His Excellency Prince Dakwa Abiodun, as you know, since the inception of this administration, has actually been fully committed to health. It's one of his foremost pillars that he has supported. And we cannot change the indices for the outcomes for our mothers and children and to prolong the life expectancy without addressing healthcare at the grassroots. The one thing is, for me, health is key. You don't have to, you're rich, you're poor, you're black, you're white, you need access to good health.
That the present COVID-19 pandemic has exposed the vulnerability of the present health system, assuring that the redistribution and renovations were ongoing in primary health centers across the state to ensure efficient service delivery. In his address, the Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Honorable Afolabi Afuakwe, said the funding of primary health centers was important, noting that the state had put in place transparency of funds by ensuring active involvement and engagement of local government chairman and MOHs in the day-to-day running of the primary health centers. In his presentation, the Executive Secretary, Primary Health Care Development Board, Dr. Elijah Ogunshola, noted that to ensure accountability, revenue generated in each facilities will be swept into their respective accounts and will be monitored and assessed by local government chairmen and medical officers of health real time, adding that there would also be uniform price list for primary health centers services. The Nigerian Center for Disease Control, NCDC, has recorded 1,386 new cases of COVID-19, bringing the total number of infections in the country to 140,691. The NCDC disclosed this on its official Twitter handle on Wednesday. 1,386 new cases of COVID-19 in Nigeria, with Lagos having 476, Rivers 163, FCT 116, Kaduna 114, Oyo 68, Plateau 62, Ogun 56, Imo 55, Osun 55, Edo 51, Anambra 50, Kwara 40, Kano 17, Ebonyi 14, Cross River 10, Delta 10, Jigawa 8, Bayelsa 6, Ekiti 6, Borno 6, Taraba 2, Zamfara 1. Last week, Nigeria recorded 17 new COVID-19 deaths, which is the highest in 6 months. The Okelewo end of the Kuto flyover in Abeokuta is now clear of the ruins of the fire incident caused by a petrol-laden tanker, which led to some deaths. Shemilore Makanju reports that vehicles are now moving freely on the road. Our reports.
It was a hectic day on Tuesday, 19th of January 2021. For hundreds of motorists as they were trapped on the IBB Boulevard axis of Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital, as a result of the petrol tanker explosion on the busy highway which halted vehicular movement. Normalcy has, however, returned to the axis following the timely intervention of firefighters and other agencies. The incident, which affected 7 vehicles and many sustaining injuries, however, led to the state government's decision to restrict drivers of tankers, trucks and other articulated vehicles from plying bridges in the state.
I have discussed with the Ministry of Transportation. We will begin the enforcement, the serious enforcement of ensuring tankers and tanker drivers operate vehicles in Ogun State are roadworthy. They will now begin to check those vehicles to ensure and confirm when last were they maintained, do they have the adequate safety equipment, how well are they mechanically operating. We are also going to put measures in place to try and reduce or almost eliminate this such occurrence. Part of that, amongst others, would include ensuring that tanker drivers do not drive on our overhead bridges anymore.
The state governor, Prince Dr. Abiodun, also reiterated that the government will put in place strict penalties for such vehicles that violate the directive of the government. Shemiluri Makonju, OGTV News.
The youth wing of the All Progressive Congress in Ogun State will continue to work on modalities to effectively make the forthcoming party membership and revalidation exercise in the state each free. The state APC youth leader, Honorable Aremu Babatunde, said the youth in this party must stand firm and work tirelessly for the upliftment of the success of the party. The event was held at the party secretariat in Abeokuta. Yusuf Ganiyo reports.
The All Progressives Congress youth leaders across the three central districts of Ogun State gathered to brainstorm and strategize for the forthcoming party membership registration and revalidation exercise in the state. The action plan for the registration is to ensure the youth in the state leave no stone unturned for effective mobilization and sensitization. The state APC youth leader, Honorable Aremu Babatunde, said the meeting is to instill on every member to mount rigorous sensitization program to make every member of the party, especially the youth, to either revalidate their membership or register.
The purpose of this meeting is to call our youth to sensitize them about the new registration of the party that is coming. The more the people are complaining, we discover that all our youth, they are all angry. You can't just sit down and look them angry. You need to call them, give them hope, advise them on the way forward.
Others believe that the unity of the party is very crucial.
To sensitize the youth about the forthcoming party registration and membership revalidation. And we encourage the youth to support our leaders to ensure that we mobilize very well for the exercise, and also use that to prove to the world that in Ogun State, our party, the All Progressive Congress, is the only party in Ogun State that there's no opposition in Ogun State.
The basic of the meeting is all about we being together as youth. We should love one another and we should work together for the greatness of Ogun State.
APC membership registration and revalidation exercise will start on the 25th of January 2021. Yusuf Ganiyu, OGTV News.
The Controller General Federal Fire Service, Dr. Liman Alhaji Ibrahim, has revealed that Nigeria lost over 32 billion naira worth of goods to fire disasters in 2020 alone. The fire boss who made the disclosure at a press conference in Abuja said the service under his watch saved the nation a whopping 1.351 trillion naira and 1,453 lives while responding to 3,555 emergency calls across the country within the said period. Ibrahim said nationally, direct and indirect reported and unreported losses to the economy have been put conservatively at about 32 billion naira in 2020. Reeling out his achievements within the period under review, the FFS boss said he established 6 additional training schools, bringing the total of FFS training schools in the country to 8. He listed the newly established ones to include Maiduguri, Kankia, Ilorin, Humaya, Ilesha, and Calabar training schools, respectively, while promising that the service would do its best to ensure that Nigeria remains safe. Dr. Liman Ibrahim disclosed that plans to purchase 89 new firefighting trucks, which include 44 water tenders, 15 ambulances, 15 water tankers, and 15 rapid intervention vehicles, had been concluded. Newly appointed members of the Code of Conduct Bureau and Police Service Commission have been sworn in by President Muhammadu Buhari to fill existing vacancies in the political organs of government. The swearing-in ceremony, which preceded the meeting of the Federal Executive Council, was in fulfillment of constitutional provisions. Those sworn in as members of the Code of Conduct Bureau were Eziozuwa Johnson Agboniya from Edo State, Benedict Omeano from Anambra, and Babatunde Olayinka Balogun from Ogun State. Onyemuchu Nnami from Enugu State took oath as members of the Police Service Commission. The Code of Conduct Bureau is established to maintain a high standard of public morality and the conduct of government business, and to ensure that accountability is not compromised in action and behavior of public officers. For President Muhammadu Buhari, whose administration hallmark is the fight against corruption, this is one agency of remarkable significance, and indications are that the newly appointed members are coming on board to make a world of difference.
And general audacity in the society. I've used my position as a police officer to do so over the years. So having me been invited over to a Code of Conduct Bureau means that this is an opportunity to actualize those things that have been conceptualizing. I will now be in a position to bring this thing to the doorsteps of Nigerians. This is how we should conduct ourselves. This is what the law says. And by the grace of God, we tend to not just preach it, we want to enforce it.
What is important to me and to my colleagues, I believe that this country deserves to get the best. Corruption has eaten up deeply, and it's so sad. President Buhari cannot just do it alone. It will require everyone. Let us put Nigerian first.
The president will not regret appointing me as a member of the CCB. But I will do my best. I'll make sure that I will write my name in the annal of history.
Newly appointed for the Police Service Commission also promised to make impact in the discharge of its responsibilities. The Police Service Commission has a mission to improve service delivery in the Nigerian police force by promoting transparency and accountability. The federal government has extended the deadline for the submission of the National Identification Number, NIN, from January 19 to February 9, 2021. The Association of Licensed Telecommunications Operators of Nigeria, which confirmed the extension to its members Wednesday, said it received formal confirmation from the Nigerian Communications Commission that President Muhammadu Buhari has approved the extension. A statement released Wednesday by Alton and signed by its chairman, Mr. Gbenga Adebayo, and its publicity secretary, Mr. Damian Ude, said the Association of Licensed Telecommunication Operators of Nigeria confirmed that President Muhammadu Buhari has graciously approved the extension of the deadline for subscribers with NIN to link it to their SIM registration data from 19th January to 9th February 2021. The body thanked the President for giving more time to deliver on this all-important assignment of creating a credible national identity database for the country, while also extending appreciation to the Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, Dr. Isa Ibrahim Ali Batami, for his commitment to enabling digital economy. Beneficiaries of the NPower initiative who have concluded the 2-year job program will now be able to access permanent job opportunities on business prospects in line with the NPower exit strategy now activated by the President Muhammadu Buhari administration. Under the plan, 200,000 beneficiaries will be engaged as financial service operators under a shared agent network expansion facility scheme operated by the Central Bank of Nigeria. Another 30,000 have already been engaged as geospatial experts and enumerators in the Economic Sustainability Plan's Mass Agri program, while several others will have the options of benefiting from the JIP micro-enterprise loan. The Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development, Ajia Sadia Farouk, confirms the activation of the federal government exit strategy for batches A and B of the NPower scheme at the 4th annual review of the Homegrown School Feeding Program. And on the foreign scene, U.S. President Joe Biden has begun to endorse some of Donald Trump's key policies hours after being sworn in. There is no time to waste when it comes to tackling the crisis we face, he tweeted as he headed to the White House following his inauguration. President Biden signed 15 executive orders, firstly to boost the federal response to the coronavirus crisis. Other orders reversed the Trump administration's stance on climate change and immigration. Mr. Biden set to work at the Oval Office, having been sworn in earlier on Wednesday as the 46th President of the United States. And in the world of sports, Cristiano Ronaldo has made history after becoming the all-time top goal scorer in football after scoring for Juventus in their clash against Napoli. The 35-year-old was expected to reach the stunning landmark against Inter on Sunday after edging closer to history by scoring against Sassuolo last week to level the record, but failed to get on the score sheet in the 2-0 loss. Instead, the legendary Juve forward waited for the big occasion in the Allianz Super Cup and duly delivered against Gerardo Castleman as he found the back of the net in the 64th minute, sending a special carrier to new incredible heights. This effort moved him above Joseph Bacon, with the Australian Czech striker scoring 759 goals between 1931 and 1955. Ronaldo now has 760 goals in his storied career and is only bound to extend that record as he continues to shine at the summit of world football. To round up the 2 p.m. news, success usually comes to those who are too busy to be looking for it. You can now watch us live on this platform: Apple, Roku, Windows, Facebook, and Android devices. You can also watch us live on OGTV website, www.ogtv.com.ng/live. Many thanks for joining us at News at 2. Good afternoon.